Dream Theater announce 15th album A View from the Top of the World plus 2021 US visit. Double Cross Grammy selected reformist music titans Dream Theater will deliver their 15th studio collection, A View from the Top of the World, on October 22. A View from the Top of the World is Dream Theater at its melodic best, developing the sound they made while keeping up with the components that have earned them dedicated fans all throughout the planet. The 7-tune collection additionally denotes the second studio collection with Inside Out Music / Sony Music. The craftsmanship was made by long-term cover teammate Hugh Syme, Rush, Iron Maiden, Stone Sour. A View from the Top of the World was created by John Petrucci, designed and extra creation by Jimmy T. Meslin and blended / dominated by Andy Sneap. Dream Theater contained James LaBrie, John Petrucci, Jordan Rudess, John Myung, and Mike Mangini was in a sold-out world visit on the site of their last delivery Distance Over Time, and the 20th commemoration of Scenes from a Memory when a worldwide pandemic halted the world. The performers wound up at home, with LaBrie in Canada and the remainder of the gathering in the States. As destiny would have it, they'd quite recently completed development on DTHQ, Dream Theater headquarters, a Blend Live Chronicle studio, practice space, control room, hardware stockpiling, an inventive hive. With LaBrie in Canada, he at first composed with the band by means of Zoom on a screen in DTHQ. In March 2021, he flew down to New York, isolated, and recorded his vocals eye to eye with Petrucci. The collection eventually strung together lean and firm snares with dependable, specialized capability. "We simply love to play our instruments," notices Petrucci. "That never disappears. I love to be innovative, compose, and practice that piece of my psyche. We've had the option to do this for quite a while, and we don't underestimate it. At whatever point we get together, we realize we can't disillusion ourselves or our fans, so we figure out how to invest significantly more effort. We approach each collection like it's our first," adds LaBrie. "It's been a particularly incredible ride, however we're not going to stop." A View from the Top of the World track posting 01 The Alien, 9:32. 02 Noting the Call, 7:35. 03 Imperceptible Monster, 6:31. 04 Dormant Beast, 10:05. 05 Rising Above Time, 6:25. 06 Stir the Master, 9:47. 07 A View from the Top of the World, 2024. Dream Theater is additionally wanting to take off on the side of the new collection, the highest point of the world visit through North America starts off on October 28 in Mesa, Arizona, and goes through December 14 where it finishes up in St. Petersburg, Florida. Data on tickets for all impending shows too, as VIP bundles can be found at www.dreamtheater.net. Dream Theater have reported another collection, A View from the Top of the World, out October 22nd. The prog metal veterans will likewise leave on a 2021 North American visit this fall. The band's 15th studio collection shows up 2 years after 2019's Distance Over Time, keeping up the productive speed it's kept up with for more than 30 years. Truth be told, the pandemic might have really abbreviated the hole between records in this occurrence. Dream Theater were on visit on the site of Distance Over Time. When they had to head home, entertainer James Labrie got back to Canada while the leftover individuals stayed in their recently assembled DTHQ studio in New York to chip away at new music. The band actually figured out how to compose together, with Labrie radiating in from Canada on Zoom by means of an in-studio screen. He would ultimately go to New York, isolating himself prior to showing up to the studio to record his vocals up close and personal with guitarist John Petrucci. "We simply love to play our instruments," Petrucci said in a public statement that never disappears. "I love to be imaginative, compose, and practice that piece of my psyche. We've had the option to do this for quite a while, and we don't underestimate it. At whatever point we get together, we realize we can't disillusion ourselves or our fans, so we figure out how to put in significantly more effort. We approach each collection like it's our first," added Labrie. "It's been a particularly extraordinary ride, however we're not going to stop. The prog illuminating presences will get back to the streets soon." After the arrival of the new collection, the band's Top of the World Tour starts off on October 28 in Mesa, Arizona, and goes through a December 14 date in St. Petersburg, Florida. Curve Echo will offer help. A View from the Top of the World was created by John Petrucci and designed by James Jimmy T. Meslin, who likewise gave extra creation. Andy Sneap blended and dominated the accounts. The craftsmanship was by took care of by long-lasting colleague and prog sleeve auteur Hugh Syme. Get passes to Dream Theater's Fall 2021 North American visit through Ticketmaster. See the collection craftsmanship and 7 melody track list for A View from the Top of the World. Just as the rundown of event dates, underneath A View from the Top of the World track list. 01 The Alien. 02 Noting the Call. 03 Imperceptible Monster. 04 Dormant Beast. 05 Rising Above Time. 06 Stir the Master. 07 A View from the Top of the World. Dream Theater 2021 tour dates with Arch Echo. 10/28 Mesa, AZ at Mesa Arts Center. 10/29 San Diego, CA at San Diego Civic Theater. 10/30 Los Angeles, CA at Microsoft Theater. 11/01 Oakland, CA at Fox Theater. 11/02 Portland, or at Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall. 11/04 Seattle, WA at Paramount Theater. 11/06 Denver, CO at Paramount. 11/08 Minneapolis, MN at State Theater. 11/09 Milwaukee, WI at Miller High Life Theater. 11/11 Chicago, IL at the Chicago Theater. 11/12 Akron, O at Goodyear Theater. 11/13 Toronto, on at Meridian Hall. 11/15 Ottawa, on at National Arts Centre. 11/16 Quebec City, QC at Grand Theatre de Quebec. 11/17 Laval, QC at Place Bell. 11/19 Rochester, New York at Kodak Center. 11/20 Philadelphia, PA at the Met Philadelphia. 11/21 Washington, D.C. at Warner Theater. 11/23 Boston, MA at Bach Center Wang Theater. 11/28 Wallingford, CT at Toyota Oakdale Theater. 11/29 Red Bank, New Jersey at Hackensack Meridian Health Theater. 11/30 Brooklyn, New York at King's Theater. 12/02 Charlotte, NC at Evans Auditorium. 12/03 Cincinnati, O at the Andrew J. Brady Icon Music Center. 12/04 St. Louis, MO at Peabody Opera House. 12/06 Nashville, TN at Grand Ole Opry House. 12/07 Atlanta, GA at Coca-Cola Roxy. 12/09 Dallas, TX at Three Links Deep Ellum. 12/10 Austin, TX at ACL Live at the Moody Theater. 12/11 Houston, TX at Revention Music Center. 12/13 Orlando, FL at Hard Rock Live. 12/14 St. Petersburg, FL at Mahaffey Theater.